Most leaders don't struggle with working hard. They struggle with working on the right things. And for years, I ended my days exhausted. My to-do list barely dented. Meetings, emails, putting out all the fires. My time was constantly pulled in dozens of directions. While I was busy, I wasn't always productive. The most important work, that deep work, the strategic work, it kept getting pushed to later. But here's the truth. Later never comes unless you make space for it. So for me, it was super late nights. But that's when I started experimenting with a simple idea. What if I protected just 3 hours a day for my highest impact work? Not reactive tasks, not meetings, but deep, strategic work that actually moves the needle. I call it the 3-hour rule, and it's completely changed the way that I lead. Now, don't get me wrong, I still work hard. My days are full, but those 3 hours of deep work, those have been the game changer for me. They allow me to get ahead instead of always playing catch up. So let me break it down for you into 3 key steps that make this rule work. So step 1 is to identify your peak focus hours. And every leader has certain hours where they're just naturally more focused or creative. For me, it's in the mornings. Before the emails pile up, before the day gets noisy, before the unexpected derail my entire schedule. That's when I think most clearly. And that's when I do my best work. So I protect those hours fiercely. No meetings, no email, no distractions. So when are your peak hours? Find them and then protect them and then use them wisely. Step 2, work in short, intense sprints. So once I started blocking off those 3 hours, I realized something else. Deep work happens best in short, intense sprints. So that's why I work in 90-minute blocks. And research shows that our brains can focus deeply for about 90 minutes before they need to rest. So I go all in. I work with full intensity and then I step away. A quick break, some movement, a fresh cup of coffee, and then I dive back into another sprint. And so when you work in sprints, you get more done in less time and without the burnout. And step 3 is to prioritize the most important work first. Look, if you don't structure your day with intention, then your time's gonna get hijacked by whatever feels urgent. And that's why I schedule strategic tasks first. The work that requires the most creativity, the most thinking, the most problem solving. And that's why I don't start my day in my inbox. I don't let my mornings get swallowed up by meetings. Instead, I tackle the highest priority work first, before the distractions have a chance to even creep in. But most people let their day happen to them. But the best leaders design their days with purpose. And so for me, since implementing the 3-hour rule, I've seen a massive shift, not just in my productivity, but in my clarity and my effectiveness. And the tasks that truly matter, the ones that create momentum and growth, they aren't getting buried under busy work anymore. So if you feel constantly pulled in a dozen different directions, I'd love for you to try this. To identify your peak focus hours, block them off, and then work in short, intense sprints. And be sure to prioritize your most important work first. You'll be amazed at what happens when you stop letting your schedule control you and instead you start taking control of your schedule.